All right, let's jump straight into today's explainer because we have got a seriously incredible trajectory to talk about in the world of sports entertainment. We are zeroing in on the absolutely unstoppable ascent of Femi. If you've had your eyes on professional wrestling lately, you already know that Femi is recognized as one of the fastest rising stars in the entire industry today. The guy is literally a rocket ship, but, it makes you wonder, how exactly did he get here so fast? What are the actual building blocks of this kind of lightning-fast success? Well, that is exactly what we're going to unpack today. We're going to look at his background, his insane physical tools, and a mindset that is just undeniably fierce.
Okay, let's dive into this. Femi is widely considered one of the fastest rising stars in pro wrestling right now. But to truly understand a powerhouse like him, we gotta look at where the foundation was laid. The story starts in Nigeria, where he was born. And it was there, during those early years, that he first developed this deep-rooted passion for sports and competition. Actually, scratch that. It wasn't just a passion, it was a driving force. Thanks to this crazy natural athletic ability and a genuinely massive physical frame, he found himself just dominating in multiple sports right from the get-go. So this wasn't just some kid casually playing games on the weekend. This was an elite physical specimen figuring out early on how to totally harness his natural gifts way before he ever even thought about stepping foot inside a WWE ring.
Tracing this out chronologically really puts things into perspective. We start with those early years in Nigeria, honing that raw athletic baseline. Then, boom, look at the next crucial stepping stone, his college years. He travels all the way to the United States to compete as a collegiate shot put athlete. That is a massive leap. From there, the timeline just completely accelerates. We hit 2023, which marks his official signing with WWE, and that rockets us straight into the present day, where he has already clinched NXT Championship Gold. Seeing it laid out like this on a timeline really emphasizes how deliberate and honestly how explosive his journey has been. Every single phase perfectly set the stage for the next one.
All right, moving to Section 1, the Shot Put Foundation, Building Power.
So long before WWE was ever in the picture, Femi was already out there building a highly successful career in track and field. You see, competing at the collegiate level here in the US in the shot put, that is not for the faint of heart. It requires this incredibly specific blend of pure power, strict discipline, and just unwavering dedication to actually excel. You don't just, walk onto a college field and chuck a heavy metal ball in an elite level without mastering those three things. His outstanding performances in the shot put were absolutely crucial because they showcased the exact strength and determination that would come to define his entire wrestling style. He wasn't just building serious muzzle out there, he was forging an elite competitive mindset.
Notice the direct translation here. On the left side, we've got his track and field days, shot put power, discipline, and dedication. And then on the right side, his current WWE toolkit, explosive offense, agility, and absolute physical dominance. You see the connection, right? The raw, concentrated, bursting power required to launch a shot put, that translates flawlessly into the explosive, heavy-hitting offense you need to dominate inside a wrestling ring. The discipline from his collegiate days perfectly mapped onto his agility and physical conditioning in WWE. It's literally a perfect one-to-one transfer of skills.
Section 2. Forging a WWE Superstar. The Performance Center. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is looking at exactly what happened when he walked through the doors of the WWE Performance Center in 2023. Spoiler alert, it didn't take long for him to start turning heads. He immediately impressed the coaches and the fans with this super rare combination of incredible power, agility, a commanding presence, size, and speed. Honestly, it is incredibly rare to find a human being who possesses all of these at the exact same time. Usually, you get size and power, but you completely sacrifice speed and agility. Not with Femi. This specific combination right here is exactly what quickly established him as one of the single most promising young talents in the entire WWE system.
Let's look at Section 3, Dominating NXT, a fearless force.
When he finally arrived in WWE NXT, he didn't just show up to participate, he rapidly established himself as a uniquely dominant force. He brought this highly specialized arsenal to the ring, explosive offense paired with just overpowering strength and, crucially, a fearless attitude. He wasn't intimidated by the bright lights or the veteran talent staring him down. No way! He used this exact arsenal to just steamroll opponents and rack up victories against some of the absolute toughest competitors NXT had to offer. It was this specific blend of physical tools and mental fearlessness that made fans and, honestly, all the analysts immediately recognize him not just as a pretty good rookie, but as a guaranteed future main event superstar.
And all of that momentum, all of that raw power, and all of those statement victories led straight to this, championship gold. As his reputation grew week by week, Obafemi achieved the absolute climax of this current run by capturing a championship. And look, this wasn't just a prop. This was the ultimate proof that he belonged right up there among WWE's elite young stars. He didn't just have potential anymore, you know? He had the actual gold around his waist to prove that the potential was being realized in real time.
As our sources highlight, what we are witnessing right now is his relentless determination to become one of the absolute best wrestlers in the world. With every single match he steps into, he just continues to demonstrate total physical dominance and unwavering confidence. And the crazy thing, he isn't resting on his laurels after winning a championship. If anything, the gold seems to have only poured gas on the fire of his ambition. He approaches every single opponent with the exact same relentless drive that he used back in his track and field days.
Which brings us to Section 4, the ultimate future champion, building a legacy. Today, Obafemi is out there continuing to build his legacy with every single performance. It's wild to remember that his journey is still in its early stages, yet even in this opening chapter, he has already shown the undeniable qualities of a future, long-term champion. His story is a massive testament to hard work, perseverance, and the sheer pursuit of greatness. Think about it. He transformed himself from a talented young athlete in Nigeria to a collegiate powerhouse in the United States to one of WWE's absolute brightest prospects. It is a true masterclass in leveraging your natural gifts through sheer, unyielding hard work.
So I want to leave you all with this final thought. Given his remarkable athletic background, his insanely powerful in-ring style, and what analysts universally agree is just an unstoppable ambition, is Obafemi destined to become WWE's biggest star in the years ahead? Looking at the trajectory we've mapped out today, it certainly suggests that the sky is the limit for him. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack the phenomenal rise of Obafemi in this explainer. I really hope this structured look at his incredible journey has been as fascinating for you to follow along with as it was for me to break down. Definitely keep an eye on him because we are absolutely watching a legacy being built right before our eyes.